Hello and welcome to the Power Circuit, just fresh from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Last week, we took you to the Project Implementation Unit, PIU office of TCN in Abuja, where all donor-funded power transmission projects are planned, implemented and delivered. In today's edition, we have a specially packaged report on one of those transmission projects called the Abuja Feeding Scheme, with funding from the French Development Agency, AFD. This is the nearly completed Gwarimpa Gas Insulated Substation project, which is just one of 5 substation projects under the Abuja Feeding Scheme, expected to be completed by the year end. But before the special report, we are happy to announce that the Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, has bagged a Public Service Award. I am Amara Agugoisi. Let's take the reports. The Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu, has been conferred with the award of Public Officer of the Year by Blueprint Newspapers. The minister was among the distinguished awardees at the Publishing Firm's 2022 Annual Public and Impact Series Awards in Abuja.
According to a statement from the Office of the Minister, the management of the newspaper considered Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu worthy of the award for bringing sanity to the power sector and for his exceptional commitment to serving the public through the introduction of innovative reforms that are enhancing public trust in Nigeria's power sector. The newspaper pointed out that since assuming office as the Minister of Power last year, Engineer Aliyu has introduced new ways of resolving Nigeria's long-standing electricity challenges. The management of the newspaper also said the awards are encouragement for the awardees to do more towards building a better Nigeria.
Congratulations, sir.
Engineer Aliyu, who delivered an acceptance speech after receiving the award, said the annual award demonstrates the consistency of Blueprint newspapers in recognizing and appreciating personalities and institutions for outstanding performances over the course of their service, either in public or private sector.
I have resolved to leave the power sector a better place than I met it. To achieve this resolve, we have put in place several initiatives to stimulate harmonious cooperation and synergy through regular consultations amongst all the players on the entire electricity value chain. We now have increased public and private collaboration from generation, transmission to distribution. We are cultivating in all stakeholders a sense of common ownership of the system. We are strengthening interdependence of agencies, creating seamless interface of systems, reducing incidences of power play, checking interagency rivalry, and generally reinforcing the hitherto fragile connection between departments and agencies within the sector, which in the past worked at cross purposes with little or no synergy between them. This paradigm shift is making it possible to achieve enduring progress in the sector. We have made the point sufficiently clear amongst all the players in the value chain that they must present a unified front for effective service delivery as a testimony to our commitment to serve the nation.
We'll be right back after this break.
Verify that land before you buy it to drastically reduce the incidence of building under the transmission right-of-way or encroaching on designated TCN land. Members of the public are hereby requested to Verify land near or along transmission line route before purchasing it. Verification should be made in the Land Development Authority or at the TCN office. This would help in drastically reducing the incidence of building under transmission line right-of-way and save us all the problem of pulling down the structure or truncating transmission line expansion projects in your community due to court injunction. Help us serve you better. Verify that land before you buy it.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is set to raise the bulk power capacity to the capital city of Nigeria with the Abuja feeding scheme. This is just as Nigerians await the energizing of the 5 substations and associated power transmission lines soon. The Power Circuit team visited some of the substation project sites in Abuja to bring you up to speed with the tremendous progress achieved as engineers put finishing touches to a number of them. Take a seat and you'll be glad you did.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, under the leadership of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, MD-CEO, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has continued to push against all odds to execute power transmission boosting projects across the country and simultaneously too. While doing a lot for the states, the company ensures that bulk power needs of the capital city is also taken care of through the Abuja Transmission Feeding Scheme. With this project becoming a reality very soon, TCN would have enhanced bulk power transmission capacity by 624 megawatts to address a 20-year energy demand index in Abuja, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, FCT. One of the flagship projects in the feeding scheme is the gas-insulated substation being built in Gwarimpa. The flag-off of the GIS site marked the official commencement of the Abuja Feeding Scheme project in 2018 and gained unprecedented acceleration under Engineer Abdulaziz, with key components to be ready this year, 2022. At the GIS site, the power circuit explored the sections of the facility comprising the switchyard, the transformer, the underground component, and the cable lines. An assistant manager at the AIFDPIU of TCN, Engineer Mohammed Zubairu, gave an overview of the Gwarimpa gas-insulated substation project, which he supervises.
The station is 2 by 60 MVA, which means it has 2 transformers that are of capacity of 60 MVA, and it has 6 number feeders that radiate to the distribution unit. Then this is one peculiar thing about this station is the technology of the GIS gas insulated switch gear. So what we have normally is the air insulated switch gear, which occupies very ample amount of space. So something special about this is it actually consumes very little space. This is you can see this is a terminal tower, the entry point of the power supply into the station, which goes all the way and feeds the station and continues to the next station. This station is located just between Katampe and Kubwa station, but the line is named Katampe Suleja line. So the line is being broken so that it will feed our Gwarimpa station and then continue to all the way to Katampe.
The crew explored other components of the new facility, including the office spaces and control room.
These are other facilities for the operators that are going to man the station when it is complete. Yes, they are just facilities for their use. So then this comes to the AC/DC room where the panels, AC/DC panels are there, and the battery chargers are all here. Yes. As you can see, the panels are in progress of cabling. You can see the cables are there. They are being channeled from outdoor into the control room. Okay, so this is the control room. where the control and protection panels for the lines and the transformers are being located. And as I mentioned to you earlier, that the cabling process is what we have ongoing, and you can see all the cables being fed into the panels awaiting termination. So this is the main control room, and what we left behind are the facilities for the operators that are going to man the station offices, laboratories, and kitchen.
The underground component, which is the gas-insulated substation building, has the switchgear section, which is like the outdoor switchyard section of the regular transmission substation, according to Engineer Zubairu.
The conductors I actually showed you, the cables I showed you at the terminal tower outside, actually lead all the way to this building, which is called the GIS building. And this is the first point of entry, apart from the terminal tower. This is the first point of entry of power supply into the station. We have nine bays here. We have a 4-line base with 2 transformer bays and 3 tie bays. Yes. So this is where the switch gears is. You mentioned switch gears of circuit breaker, CT, VT, disconnector are all here as a GIS unit instead of what you used to know as an outdoor AIS. Yes, that is what makes this station peculiar. And as you can see, it is compacted into a very tiny space compared to what you used to see that occupies very large amount of space. Other equipment with 3 kV are domiciled in this switchgear room.
Engineer Abdul Salam Shahim, a project manager from the Projects Consultant Consortium of Pakistan Engineering Services and Oscar Joe and Partners Limited, said the Gwarimpa substation has 6 33 kilovolts distribution feeders.
The components of this project are basically 2 numbers of 60 MVA transformers and 6 numbers 33 kV outgoing feeders, which will be supplying electricity to the neighboring areas of Dawaki and others adjacent areas.
Still at the underground section of the GIS Gwarimpa, Engineer Zuwaira Abba, who is the project coordinator, substation for the Abuja feeding scheme of the AFD project implementation unit at TCN, explained that the substation was apt and was designed to have a little or no maintenance.
Yes, the plan for Gwarimpa substation, I believe, has been on ab initio, even in the conception of Abuja itself. But along the line, when the whole town became very congested, and you can see there was space constraint, so we have this existing line which came from Shiroro to Katampe. So the management just deemed it fit that this place is already our right of way. So the TCM management now decided to break the line that is coming from Suleja to Katampe to build this GIS substation, which basically is meant to take less space, and obviously it is going to have almost a free maintenance input at the end of the day. So this is practically the reason why the substation had to be a GIS, not the normal AIS substation, basically because of land constraint.
The GIS project has 2 units of 60 MVA power transformers and every other state-of-the-art component to deliver optimum bulk power.
The capacity for this substation is 2 number 60 MVA, which is translated into 96 megawatts. At the end, if this station is commissioned, it is expected to add 96 megawatts into the grid. All the work is at the completion stage, so we expect, hopefully and God's willing, by the end of September, this substation will be commissioned and energized.
As TCM proudly looks forward to energizing this facility, It is expected that key areas around Gwarimpa will have a boost in power supply as the substation will feed more distribution load centers of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company.
We have Dawaki, Gwarimpa, up to Kubwa. At least we'll have a lot of relief from this new substation.
For TCN, it appeals that Nigerians will also play a role in safeguarding power transmission assets.
We want to make an appeal, and we will continue to make this appeal on behalf of TCN, is that please, Nigerians should endeavor to accept and take all TCN equipment as their own, because this is government fund. Although this is even funded by a loan, which we should know that eventually our own children or grandchildren will come and pay it. So please, we should avoid vandalization, and if for any reason we see anyone vandalizing or getting involved in any theft of any TCN equipment, should please report to the nearest police station, because this is meant for all of us, and at the end of the day we should know that TCN is actually doing its best. People would not know, but we're silent achievers and we're patient rollers. This is what we do. At least we want the nation to understand, and please cooperate with us.
This is New Apo in Abuja, where the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is building a brand new 330 kilovolts transmission substation, a mega project under the Abuja Feed-in Scheme. This will be the third 330 kilovolts transmission substation after the Katampe and Gwagwalada substations within the Federal Capital Territory, FCT.
The construction of a switchyard for this 330 kilovolt transmission substation has advanced with the materials on ground to accelerate its delivery. Engineer Gwola Olufemi, a principal manager at TCN and project manager for the substation, said the community has shown cooperation for the project.
The community has been so cooperative with us. We named this substation New Apo because we have Old Apo, which is a voltage profile 132, step down to 33 kV. It's a little distance from this location, while this one is with the highest voltage profile we have in the country. The highest voltage we have is 330 kilovolts, and that is what we are in at this moment. From 330 kV to 132 kV, then step down to 33 kV, which distribution will radiate to the customers, which is voltage consumable for the customers to some extent. This station is so peculiar because this is the third leg location in Abuja for 330 kV. The first leg is coming from Shiroro. The second leg is coming from Ajaokuta. This third leg is proposed to come from Lafia. So, and it's going to be the source of supply to this New Apo where we are in. Equipment are being supplied, as you can see, is in stages, and the progress is tremendous.
Engineer Olufemi said the two 150 MVA power transformers are already on ground.
The two transformers, which is 150, 2 by 150 MVA, is already on the plinth, and the accessory are already at the site also. In a jiffy, we'll be having the assembly and the coupling of the power transformer. Behind me over here is the reactor to stabilize the voltage. You can see the third equipment that look like the transformer. It's called reactor, and the essence of the reactor is to stabilize the voltage because of the distance, so we can have a stable voltage profile in the environs. At this location, we are supposed to have about 240 megawatts from the upstreams, and at the downstreams, that's at the 132 section of the station, we are having 3 by 60 MVA. That's 180 MVA, which is tantamount to 144 megawatts that will be consumed by the district and the Abuja environment. We are on about 86% on this project location, and work is still in progress. As we have projected, before the end of this year, we are planning to commission this station because all forces are put on deck to ensure strict compliance with the stated date on this very project. And holistically, on the Abuja Feeding Scheme, in which this location is one of the sites, the project will be coming to an end at the end of this year, by 31st of December this year. So this project is expected to be commissioned on or before 31st December this year. So Abuja people should be expecting volume of energy and light.
At the Wumba site, another axis of Abuja, TCN is constructing a 132-33 kilovolts transmission substation, and work has progressed significantly. Come along with us.
Engineer Keneshi Udenna, a project manager with the AFDPIU of TCN, supervises the 132 kV Wumba transmission substation projects.
We're currently at Wumba 132 kV, 33 kV substation. It's a 2x60 MVA substation. It's located in Wumba district of the FCT. It radiates 6 feeders intended to feed the Lokogoma axis, Dakwo district, Wumba district, and some parts of Kabusa district. It's a 2x60 MVA substation. It's capable of adding 96 megawatts of transformer capacity to the network. There is a possible, the station can accommodate a possible future scope of another 160 MVA transformer with an additional 3 feeders in the future. But for now, it's the current scope being implemented is 2x60 MVA transformers. So at the moment, completion status is at 85.7%. And the expected date of delivery for this substation is 15th December 2022.
That is it on the Abuja Feeding Scheme being delivered by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, with funding from the French Development Agency, AFD. By this year's end, the bulk power capacity through the transmission network in Abuja would have significantly improved as the stations are energized and commissioned. We promise to keep you updated about key milestones and steps in the Nigerian power sector, especially the massive power transmission projects. We promise to keep you updated about milestones and steps in the Nigerian power sector, especially the massive power transmission projects being delivered by the leadership of TCN, led by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz. Don't forget to catch up with power transmission reports on the TCN YouTube channel. Here are more platforms you can explore. We take your feedback seriously. Amara Agogoesi is saying, thanks for watching.